not an open relationship, but in our sexuality, we are open. And we came even to the points where there was a lover with us to kind of take that
The
role while
bridge.
he was there too, and even there checking in with him, is this helping you or not? And it was. So he at least was in the energy of sexuality. Sexual energy is just, it's powerful for healing.
All right, so we are moving on to wisdom bomb number 2. For those of you just tuning in now, I'm Shari James RN. I help men heal erectile dysfunction without any pills, or I get guys off of pills, or in some cases, we've got to get the pills to work with my holistic approach to healing erectile dysfunction. I am here with Jonathan and Heiki Hudson. And we are just about to start wisdom bomb number 2, which is ED. So, erectile dysfunction is an opportunity for personal growth. You are speaking my language. I've been saying this for 18 years. So, I can't wait to hear your experience and perspective with this wisdom bomb.
Ooh,
Mm.
a year and a half ago, I don't think those words would have come out of my mouth. I lived my life with my strong erection, and that was my entire identity, if you will. Like I'm a sex coach, I'm a sex everything, healthier sex, and I even had clients that had erectile dysfunction, and I would teach them the tantric stuff of connection. But I realize now that I really didn't get to the point of really understanding what they were going through. And so a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with rectal cancer of all things, out of the blue. I went to get a colonoscopy, which I'm supposed to do at my age. I woke up out of sleep, and the guy's like, "Listen, I got bad news for you. You got stage 3 cancer, and you need chemo and you need radiation immediately and surgery." I ended up skipping the radiation and the chemotherapy and went straight to surgery. And a side effect of the surgery, which they did not tell me about, was it wasn't prostate cancer. It was rectal cancer, so it was a little different, but they rattled some nerves there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything I knew about me and my forward thrusting, penetrating Jonathan wasn't there anymore.
Mm.
And it was very, very, very depressing and challenging. And working through going from making love to my wife almost every day for a decade, not being able to do that anymore, trying to rely on the tantric skills that I know so well and teach, and yet it just wasn't the same. I mean, it helped, but I didn't have my masculine, connective, sex magic, divine power that we teach wasn't there anymore. And I fell apart. I really did. And throughout that journey, I had so many beautiful gifts. I had to learn how to show up in my community without that. Like all I could do then was just show up, even going to when we would go to like we sometimes go to these play parties and adult parties and stuff, and we've done that for our career. But I couldn't show up in the like sex wasn't an option. So I had to learn how do I communicate? How do I be in life? How do I run my business from a place where that's not an option anymore? And I was scared. I mean, they said it may come back, it may not. And I started turning to every herb I could find. I hired different people to help me like get the nerve regrowth. Went
Mm-hmm.
to every doctor, and I was terrified. I mean, I even got a couple of shots of like the blood ozone and stuff directly in my penis, which was not
Mm-hmm.
a fun experience. Um, and but the gift I had was all I had left then was who is Jonathan without this? When I had this complete identity collapse, what's underneath it? And I really was able to show up with just my heart and just me and connect with people in a new way. And it was a beautiful gift, not to mention the gift with my clients that now when people talk about ED, it's like, oh, wow, I get it. I've been there. I understand how painful this can be. And it just made a really, really huge, impactful part of my life. And I've now come out of that, I don't know, about what, 8 months ago? And everything's working normal again. But boy, do I consider it a gift. I really, really am just so compassionate for what men go through with ED, whether it's for whatever reason, and especially as men age, what that does to that masculine, if you identity, right? Like
Yeah.
we're the belief we have is that we're not men anymore if we don't have our strong erection. Like that's the masculine ideal, but that's not true. It's the heart underneath it all.
Without knowing the root causes of erectile dysfunction, you might as well just go ahead and throw your pills in the garbage. Contact me for your free video consult. Well, you went through a death rebirth, and I would like to hear from your midwife. What?
My sexual healer, actually, yes, too.
Heike, what was that experience like for you to hold space for Jonathan, and what came up for you? Because you're a professional and you're a woman.
Yeah. And thank you for including me. I almost was going to say even his journey went from the death of ego identity, and by all means, like what he gained was softness.
Yeah, a good look at it,
right?
All over.
And the humbleness, like all of that, right? Like those traits that, as a go-getter that he is, all of a sudden was like this. He came in soft to like friends gatherings and these parties and all of this. He just came in with his heart, which is huge. And that was how he led during that time. And then we were working on his resurrection,
Yeah.
Step by step. And yes, it was hard for me to observe as my beloved, like seeing him going through all of this, like even catheters and like all the kind of stuff that he had to do in self-catheter, like how he's so in love with his penis, and all of a sudden it was just all about medical stuff and watching that and seeing his pain and seeing him die, right? Cancer was then good, but like really parts of him dying and holding that. And also knowing that.
The goosebumps when you said holding that, like
really holding that and honoring it. And also knowing that in the first part of the healing, I, even as a sexual healer, could not do much, at least not with the parts yet. It was like, I also was listening, when can I come in and really start moving? I could move energy, but it was just like, and where are my needs, right? Where are my needs as a woman being used to pretty much every day? For us, sex is a spiritual practice.
Yep.
Like it's intentional. We create our business with it, like anything. We take every morning an intention into the bedroom. So the whole magic was gone too. It wasn't just the sexual act. It was like our creation was just not working in that sense anymore. And so seeing the step-by-step, then him coming out, it's really a celebration. And I think I took also his sexual power for granted. And so now I am in such gratitude, like that everything is back and to health and to working. And there were definitely points of frustration in between. But Jonathan is also like, we live a very open, not an open relationship, but in our sexuality, we are open. And we came even to the points where there was a lover with us to kind of take that role while he was there too. And even there checking in with him, is this helping you or not? And it was. So he at least was in the energy of sexuality. Sexual energy is just, it's powerful for healing. So we were very creative with it, and really pulled all our tools and things that we
friends.
know. Yeah, and friends. We have good friends.
Hey you, hey guy, who's learning about sexual health, mixed in with some tantra, mixed in with some 5 elements of Chinese medicine and some Western medicine. I want to let you know something. I would love it if you would hit my subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, you're going to know when new content is posted every Friday.